I'm reading your favorite Pokemon because they say truly skilled trainers should win with their favorites. Delibird, Santa's little helper! And what better Pokemon to help than one that never sleeps and can store items in its tail? This bundle of joy not only works for Santa as one of his special Pokemon, but is a gift giver year-round. While omnivorous, it carries food in its baggy tail for people lost on mountains. This daredevil also makes its nest on the cliffs of mountains, and is the only Pokemon that can learn the move Present, resulting in healing for the good children of the world, or massive damage for the bad ones. Howdy there, I'm Krillic, and I'm here to tell you all about Delibird, and again, its futuristic counterpart. Now, let's start with the fact that there was an entire episode dedicated to Delibird called Delibird's Dilemma, where Ash's Totodile flat out shot it from the sky. That is the fastest way that you can get yourself onto the naughty list. Now, they proceed to spend the entire episode finding all the presents, and by the end of said episode, when everyone gets distracted by a Christmas tree lighting up, Delibird has disappeared and instead can be seen waving goodbye from Santa's sleigh as it rises high into the sky, with Santa manning that sleigh. So it is very, very much confirmed that this little Santa-like Pokemon is just one of Santa's little helpers, and it's not just me being overdramatic. Now, as we turn our eyes towards the games, we get the following information. Delibird is omnivorous. It carries food bundled up in its tail. It normally gives stored food to its chicks, but has been known to share its food with humans stranded on icy mountains. How nice of it to know that it won't try to eat us, and in fact is going to help us stay alive. Like, what food does it typically have in there? I mean, it being omnivorous, sure, it's gonna have, like, all the different berries that it's going to pick up. Maybe it's gonna have a couple of rodents, but if you're, stranded on the mountain, are you gonna be a choosy beggar? I'm not. Now, as mentioned in its Pokemon Sleep Dex, Delibird is known to sleep while occasionally reaching inside its tail to pull something out. If you'd like, keep your eyes open to see what is waiting inside. Feels a little disingenuous to try and do something like that, but you know what? I'm kind of curious. I want to be able to help myself. Prior to Generation 9, I may have lied to you, as Delibird was the only one to actually know the move Present by leveling up. That changed later on. Though, Present is described as the user attacks by giving the target a gift with a hidden trap. The gift restores HP sometimes, however. It was originally described as being a bomb within the gifts themselves, but that changed over the years to simply being a trap. Now, that move can range between 40 to 120 damage, or even heal a quarter of the target's HP, and it's all left to absolute complete chance with percentiles. Now, it did say prior to Generation 9, it was the only one capable of learning Present, as I've stated, but when Iron Bundle was introduced to the world from a dimension and a timeline beyond our own, we get the only other Pokemon capable of learning Present, ruining Delibird's day as we now have Iron Bundle. Gotta love multiverse theory. Now, there have been only 2 reported sightings of Iron Bundle, and when we look at the Pokemon Horizons anime, there is a published magazine series called Monthly Occulture, a paranormal magazine within the Paldea region that is issued monthly in the Academy and from the Lighthouse Lab on Pocopath that describes Paradox Pokemon, and, in this case, describes Iron Bundle with the following information. Enigmas of Paldea, file number 10, Iron Bundle. An ancient civilization's robot? The mysterious violet book makes reference to being called Iron Bundle, which was said to look like Delibird and to possess a spherical apparatus from which it would fire huge blasts of ice to propel itself through the snowy lands. Plenty of theories about it have been floated. A leading one suggests it is the product of a long-gone civilization, a notion supported by ancient writings that describe the design and usage of machines resembling Iron Bundle. In addition to all this, according to AI Turo, Iron Bundle is a future Pokemon related to Delibird. However, according to a Turo brought to the Crystal Pool by Terrapagos, Iron Bundle is a counterpart of Delibird from another timeline. Its true origin is unknown. Iron Bundle were brought to the depths of Area Zero by a time machine built by Professor Turo 10 years ago. Where were you 10 years ago? I was being a little weeb. So now we can understand why everything gets real confusing with how all this paradox stuff works, and allow me to break it down for you. Based on my understanding, AI Turo and AI Sada do not have the most up-to-date information. They never could go into the alternate timelines, as it was Terapagos' energy in the present time, the Terrasil energy, that kept them running. Meanwhile, the real professor has all of the actual up-to-date info and first-hand research that we can rely on. The addition of the occult magazine in the Pokemon anime does make it quite difficult on the surface to tell where things may go with Iron Bundle, but this may actually tell us that Iron Bundle is still a possibility within our own world because of these ancient writings, but was abandoned in the past. Or at least that's what they want you to think. Because these ancient writings are quite simply writings that belong to Turo and Sada. After all, both would be present in the anime and would likely be trading notes with each other, unlike how they are described in the games. Things do get a bit screwy with time travel and information from the anime and games after all, and this wouldn't be the first time that the anime would deviate from what is presented from within the games, so this is not out of the realm of possibility. When Iron Bundle falls asleep, it turns itself off, causing the blue energy on the spot on its belly and quote-unquote bag to turn black. So, it is most definitely powered by a quark drive, as we also see with its ability, which is named after the real-life quark, which is defined as the following: any number of subatomic particles carrying a fractional electrical charge, postulated as building blocks of the hadrons. Quarks are not being directly observed, but theoretical predictions based on their existence have been confirmed experimentally. Basically, quarks are believed to be the building blocks of nature, meaning if they could be harnessed to their full capabilities, then anything can be done through understanding them. In other words, whoever and whatever made these quark drives was able to harness the power of the universe itself and potentially even understand how all of reality came to be. But I'll save the rest of that for when I cover all the Paradox Pokemon one day. Now let's finish rounding out our mechanical version of Delibird, because it has the highest speed stat of all Ice and Paradox Pokemon. I give thanks to its skis for that. Iron Bundle also has the longest Japanese Pokemon name, with 15 letters, called Tetsuno oh my gosh. Called Tetsuno Tsutsumi, which does directly translate to Iron Bundle and exceeds the character limit of the Western releases of the games, which is 12 characters. Its extendable head may be based on the Jack-in-a-Box or similar toys, and the spherical device it carries around may be inspired by snow globes or snow blowers, and its feet of course resemble water skis. Its typing may actually be a reference to the 1997 Nintendo Space World demo of Pokemon Gold and Silver, where Gifuto, the prototype of Delibird, is a water-ice type Pokemon. Now, back to our Delibird. In a flock, the Delibird with the largest tail is the leader, and it tends to live in the mountainous regions as it makes its nests over the sharp cliffs, notably around Mount Everest. First thing I question is its elastic tail. How elastic is it? I imagine it has to at least be pretty supple, considering it has to be able to withstand the cold, while also fitting items and presents inside of it, expanding and not breaking. It is a pretty useful trait to actually have developed as a creature that lives in areas where food is scarce. Most other animals will eat and then hibernate or migrate. Meanwhile, Delibird has decided that it would fit into an entirely different niche and stay, change its diet, and then collect all the food it possibly can. With such a unique way of living and surviving, it's no wonder how it is able to excel in these frigid lands. Also, Mount Everest being mentioned is such a strange thing, yet this happens with many places from our world, and they often get replaced at some point, just like how Indian elephants were replaced by Caparaja, exemplified by Ghastly's Pokédex info. Though without Delibird, an unnamed famous explorer would have never made it to the top. Delibird could only naturally learn 2 moves by level up, tackle, and present, and nothing else, meaning it naturally never has any other move. It can be born with specific moves through selective breeding with other Pokemon and many other moves through TM. Though it is one of the few Pokemon that are like this, it's almost as if you have to give it a gift in order for it to develop and grow more. And it is possible for them to stuff their tail far too much, as in Pokemon Snap, there was one Delibird that was reported to have a stuffed tail so full that it couldn't move, and in Pokepark, they discuss why Delibird consistently delivers things to people. Maybe because his tail is like a bag, but he is often asked to deliver things to other Pokemon. He can't say no because he really likes to have others rely on him. So there's a very good chance that this Pokemon just genuinely loves to give gifts. And with Insomnia as its main ability and Vital Spirit as its hidden ability, both provide the same effect, as Delibird is unable to fall asleep, making it that much more fitting to be Santa's helper. Aspects of Delibird's appearance does actually come from the rockhopper penguin, and it is known that male penguins will give rocks to female penguins they wish to mate with. Though it isn't understood entirely why, this could also be the inspiration behind Delibird's actions. Its red and white color scheme, its ability to give presents, and the appearance of carrying its sack-like tail, it's of course derived from Santa Claus. And finally, it may take inspiration from the white stork, considering the stories of storks carrying babies to homes. The white stork holds a prominent symbolism as a harbinger of good luck, purity, and new beginnings. It is deeply associated with fertility and the perpetual cycle of life. Believed to bring blessings, prosperity, and happiness, white storks are particularly revered when they build nests atop homes. Finally, Delibird is the combination of delivery and bird, and the deli part may be derived from a deli penguin. The pronunciation of delivered may actually give us why it's called Delibird, Delibird, Delibird. Mainly because the V sound just does not exist in the Japanese language and is often pronounced as a B. Now, as for the ratings for this Pokemon, in terms of design, it is simple, effective, friendly, and Iron Bundle looks great even when not in motion as well, which cannot be said for all of our future Paradox Pokemon. I also do love when a move list is incorporated in a Pokemon and its design, its overall personality, in which case we have a Pokemon that gives gifts and loves to get them in return, as it helps it get stronger. A major plus for Delibird is the fact that it is flippant and chaotic with the nature of its present move, healing or hurting completely at random, which I am a big fan of chaos. Now, the only thing drawing it back is the fact that it doesn't have too much of a background in inspiration in the anime outside of being based on Santa. I need a very good background to attach to, or really good episodes that bring out even more personality than just one episode. As such, for me, Delibird does a little bit more than just pass, as it gets a solid B. So I know this video was a lot shorter than literally any other video that I have on this channel, but I figured a higher speed editing and everything else for talking about a Pokemon would actually be more fitting and a little bit more fun and different from the rest of the stuff on the channel. Let me know what you think in the comments below, so that way I can properly gauge what needs to be done. And of course, with certain Pokemon lines, that also means longer videos. If you would like me to rate your favorite Pokemon next, become a member for as little as $3 a month and help decide who I rate next with their own special video alongside the other members. And as always, don't do anything I want to do, don't think I would do. Please be nice to each other. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye!